Okay, let's dive deep into the community's reaction to Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O. based solely on the provided comments. It's clear there's a mix of excitement, confusion, and a hefty dose of frustration bubbling to the surface. The strongest positive sentiment revolves around the netcode. There's praise for how smooth and responsive it feels, even in the beta stage. This is a major win, indicating that online play, a key factor in a modern fighting game, is performing well. The game's core mechanics also seem to be resonating, with one comment expressing how almost perfect it already is, and the game being labeled better than previous versions. A purchase is also indicated with a comment proclaiming "must buy." Some are particularly happy that they no longer need to navigate other games to experience this title on PC. However, the nostalgia and positive reception are significantly countered by a wave of questioning and exasperation, mainly focused on one thing: why isn't this Virtua Fighter 6? There's a strong undercurrent of fatigue and disappointment stemming from having played previous versions of VF5 for so long. Some mention having played the game since 2007. The release of yet another iteration of VF5 instead of a true sequel has left many feeling like they are revisiting the past when they are ready for the future. This perception is fueled by the fact that the previous version of VF5 was recently updated, leaving some confused as to why this new release is even needed. The visuals are a major point of contention. The game is being called out for looking outdated and like a 1995 video game. This points to a general feeling that the game hasn't made the visual leap that many were hoping for. The trailer format itself doesn't seem to be helping, with the use of rapidly changing text being called non-hype, failing to generate excitement for the game. There are also comparisons to other fighting games, with many comments drawing parallels to Tekken. One comment even describes it as ordering Tekken from Temu, which suggests a negative view in how the game appears to compare. This highlights a feeling that it might not be keeping up with the presentation and advancements of its contemporaries. The difficulty to pick up is being discussed when compared to Tekken, which makes clear that the learning curve of the game is also something the players are considering when thinking about their experience of the game. Other points of frustration include the lack of an Xbox release and the absence of the survival and quest modes. This indicates that there are certain features that are either missing or not being prioritized that are important to a segment of the player base. It's also been stated that the way the game is being named is not well liked, and its release is being seen as a way to play this for 5 more years until VF6 comes. Adding to the confusing picture is a sense that even the die-hard fans might be feeling some release fatigue, with one comment noting how many times they've already bought a version of this game, both at home and the arcades. This indicates that longtime players may be feeling like their money is being spent on the same experience over and over again, rather than something new and refreshing. Overall, Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O. is entering the gaming landscape with a strong base thanks to its netcode and returning gameplay, but with a significant uphill battle stemming from its dated presentation, perceived lack of innovation, and the strong desire for a true sequel. The community is expressing a mix of hesitant excitement and skeptical weariness, making it clear that the success of this release will depend heavily on its ability to meet the expectations of both old and new fans.